with specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
The 2016 Flying to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUVtv. Sponsored by DP&L, stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flying to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Design, covering everybody. Frickers, fun food and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
Good morning and welcome inside the Trent Arena, day number 4 of the Flyin to the Hoop, the final day as we get ready for the matchup here between Piqua and Marian Catholic out of Chicago, Illinois. You get a look there at Piqua and Coach Heath Butler as they play in the early game this year. 8-5 overall as they take on 13-4 Marian Catholic, the Thunderbirds, and we get the national anthem here early on this morning and get ready for the start of the 2016 Flyin to the Hoop tournament. Back here early on inside the Trent Arena, the third Monday in January means just two things: Martin Luther King Jr. Day and the final day of the 2016 Flyin to the Hoop. Marian Catholic, you see there in the road black jerseys with the yellow numerals and the white trim. Predominantly bright colored shoes, except for Chase Adams, a 5'5" sophomore, who's got the black shoes. You see him there as the point guard. Marian Catholic Thunderbirds coming right to left in the first half. Piqua in the home whites, as they are the designated home team on the scoreboard this morning. And Marian Catholic again, 13-4 on the year, coming off of a 53-45 win over Mount Carmel on Tuesday night. They average just shy of 50 points a game. They've got a couple of big shooters. One of those right there in Miles Howard with the miss, but the putback by T. Aaron Powell, who's wearing 42 today. The 6'8" junior averages 7 points a game for the Thunderbirds. Piqua on offense turns it over for the first time, so not the way they wanted to start their morning. You see Coach Heath Butler coming off 2 straight wins. 8-5 overall, 2-2 in the GWOC North at 66 points a game. And they beat Butler in a classic on Friday night, 75-70, in which Colton Bachman, the second leading scorer in the GWOC, just 30 points. So good night for him. Had a couple of teammates in at double figures as well. And here's the crossover from Brandon Hurt. Feed into the post. Off the glass, and Tierran Powell. Nobody on the floor right now for Piqua, remotely close to his 6'8". You've got Hunter Hawk, a 5'10" junior. Caleb Patton, a 5'10" junior. Derek Lay, a 6-foot senior, along with Nash Black and Tyron Cox, 6'3" and 6'2". Both of those are seniors in the starting lineup for the Indians. They try to go back door here early, back out top, around the horn, and they shot for three off the rim for C.J. Davis. Here comes the Thunderbird offense, and there goes the point guard in Brandon Hurt, one of the top sophomore guards in the nation, averaging 9.7 points per game. Three ball for Piqua off the rim. The rebound comes right down underneath of them, but three black jerseys swarm Nate Monin, the second leading rebounder in the Great Western Ohio Conference, just shy of 10 points or 10 rebounds a game, and he also scores near double figures. 6-2 in favor of Marian Catholic, again just outside of Chicago. And a 3-second violation. That'll turn it over for the first time for the Thunderbirds. And it will not make head coach Mike Taylor very happy. There you see Mike in his 13th year, 205 and 163 is his record. A bunch of really good players come through his program and trying to have that continue, as he's got a backcourt that is getting well recognized across the nation after every single game, pretty much. He shot off the miss. Piqua having troubles finding the hoop early on. It's Anthony Powell launches up the jumper. It is offline. Now we go back the other way, racing to the basket, and just a little offline, Brady Holbein. So shooting percentage not that high here so far. Ball tipped coming from behind by Austin Ritchie, but out of bounds. And Marian Catholic turns it over for the second time now. As you get the look at C.J. Davis, the 6'2" senior. Piqua loves to shoot from outside as a team. And they'll launch up another one. This will go up and in, and they shoot 37% from behind the arc. That is the first for Colton Bachman. 22.8 points per game for the 6'1" senior, actually 6'4". So it trims the lead to just one at 6-5. Now down across and a skip back out halfway through the first quarter. Three ball in the air, rolls in and out for the Thunderbirds. Austin Ritchie didn't get it, stayed with it, was rewarded with another opportunity, and gets the lead up to 8-5. And also picking up his first foul here is that look on the three from the wing by Bachman. He just loaded up. Ritchie went for the steal, and it was a good-looking shot from straight away for Piqua. As they get back to action and inbound, they want to go underneath, but the length and size for Marian Catholic forces the turnover. As you see, taking a seat, Derek Goulet. He's a 6' senior, and it's always amazing to me. I've seen enough Piqua games. Heath Butler, the head coach for the Indians, is always, it doesn't matter what time they play, always full of energy and spirited, trying to guide his team to a win. Pretty easy to do when you've had the talent they've had the last handful of years. Now out here on the wing, Ritchie for three. Austin knocks it down. Averages 11.4. He's already got a quick 5. And it's 11-5 in his team's favor. First of 7 games tonight, concluding with Thurgood Marshall taking on Lima Senior, the number 1 team in, or the number 2 team in Division 1. That's the number 1 team in the state of Ohio in Division 1 being the Wayne Warriors. We saw get a win the other night here over IMG Academy. Step back again for Bachman, doesn't have a conscience with the type of shots that he'll take, but also probably because he shoots about 40% from 3. And speaking of shooting a high percentage from 3. Austin Ritchie does the same thing. You see the celebration as he picks up his 8th point into the huddle. And the timeout, the first of the day, 14-5, is the lead here in the first quarter on SUVtv.
There's a break in the action, so let's take a look at that last play. Dan?
Amazing spin move, Bob.
And here's the follow-through.
Unbelievable.
Let's go down to the field and Stacy?
Guys, the story here is the Wilsons got instant in-store discounts from DP&L on energy-efficient CFLs, like this one. What a heads-up move. Be a Savings champion. Visit savewithdpl.com.
Back here inside the Trent Arena this morning, you see the clock says 2:58 to go in the first quarter. It's a 14-5 lead for the Marian Catholic Thunderbirds. Bachman has taken his 3rd three, can't get it to go. Holbein with a rebound though, keeps it alive for the Indians. Piqua just up 75. Members of the GWalk North, where they currently sit at 2-2, and the foul on Brandon Hurt, the 6-foot sophomore. Thunderbirds, one of 3 different teams where they're Thunder and then some form of bird. We had the Thunderhawks the other night. Now here is Brady Holbein. Again, Holbein feeds inside, and a shot not able to get the rebound, Nate Monin, which is rare for him. Again, the young man with 9 rebounds a game. But Marian Catholic has come to play here early on. As even this morning, and it's even an hour earlier, where they're watching back in Chicago. Off the glass, and the line drive shot will put Colton Bachman with his first foul. And it'll put Sean Taylor at the free throw line for a pair. Today wearing number 20, normally number 4. Hits the first free throw, averages 4 points a game. There's a look at Brandon Hurt, one of the top sophomore guards in the country, heading to the bench. And the second free throw good as well, so 2 out of 2 here on the first free throw attempts for Marian Catholic. Hopefully cutting down on the free throws that we've seen throughout the course of the day, as last night we saw more than enough of those in the last couple of games. Good clean games in the early part. And Nate Monin looking to get inside, and he does with a basket. He's got 4. His team, though, just 7 points and find themselves down here early to Marian Catholic. Catholic with the ball, knifing inside to the lane was Sean Taylor, but not able to find himself any points to go on the board. 3-ball defense jumps by, and dangerous as Ben Schmiesing went on the head fake. And there you see the foul might have cost Warren Allen a little bit more than it was worth, as he uncomfortably heads to the bench. The worst part about where he landed at is that it probably makes it a little bit uncomfortable to sit on that bench. So Piqua will have the basketball. 3 team fouls on Marian Catholic, just the 1 on the Indians, but they trail by 9 with 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. On the top, trying to create a mismatch. Into the post to Brady Holbein. Holbein got caught underneath and has it stolen away. 3rd Piqua turnover. Back the other way we go in the layup. It's a miss. You don't see that all that often in a fast break, but just rolled out the wrong way. Now the ball into the bench, and another Piqua turnover. They've gotten 2 straight and 4 overall. As Marian Catholic, with a 9-point lead and just 40 seconds to go, gives it right back on their 3rd turnover. And the quizzical look from Coach Mike Taylor. Brings back in Brandon Hurt. Trying to get something going, is now As you saw in the back of that shot a minute ago, he had Warren Allen was having his wrist tape, but it wasn't what he was holding when he came off to the side. He was holding his side. So maybe an unrelated thing, but still able to get some training. Terrific trainers here on hand from Premier Health. Final 22 seconds. Step back three from straight away is up and down for Colton Bachman. He's got 6 in the game. His team down by 6. The final 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Long pass across to Ritchie. Hit on the first 2, misfired on that one. But a turnover for Piqua. Comes right back to Marian Catholic. They've got a chance to do something at the end of the quarter. A long throw will come up short. 1 quarter in the books here in game number 1 today. Marian Catholic 16, Piqua 7 as you get a look there at the step back. 4 hands in his face as he takes that one, and Colton Bachman brings his team within 6 as we go to the second quarter here on SUVtv.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury as he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds left.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
Back here to start the second quarter in game number 1 of the Flyin to the Hoop Classic, brought to you by Premier Health. Piqua trying to get back into it, and that is a heck of a way to do it. Brandy Holbein starts off the second quarter with a triple, 3 different triples, and just 3 players that have scored for Piqua. But they find themselves down just 16-13 to open the second quarter. Now feed inside, and a miss. It'll stay alive. Back out quickly to Brandon Hurt. Now with the basketball and our second foul. It'll go on Derek Gullett. That'll be his first. It's just the second foul against Piqua. And it puts Brandon Hurt at the line, where he connects. 3 for 3 so far are the Marian Catholic Thunderbirds. Brandon Hurt at 9.7 points per game, a 78% free throw shooter. Knocks down both. And Marian Catholic's lead back to 5 at 18-13. Piqua trying to cut into that again. They shoot almost 40% as a team, but they force their 6th turnover, trying to get from one corner to the other and throwing across a lot of big bodies down in the middle. Backing down in the post. Look how far out that Tierran Powell held that ball with the right hand before he was able to get that one to go. Just put it out there for a long time. The defense couldn't do anything with it because he's 6'8". He's got good wingspan and a good nose for getting to the basket. A travel, turns it over again as you get another look. Watch the right hand with the basketball right here as he makes this move. Just way out there before the hook shot that he gets to roll in for the 20th point of the game for Marian Catholic. Good quarter, or good half brewing for him so far, as well as he's got 6. And the basket now for Brandon Hurt. That's his 2nd from the field. He has got 6 points, and it is a 9-point lead for Marian Catholic. They've had that on 2 different occasions now. As Piqua, lightning pass from inside Nash Black on a line as he gets the first point of the game. That one just thrown like a laser from the top of the key. Now good ball movement leads to the three. Off the mark for Brandon Hurt. And out of bounds. But it'll stay here with Austin Ritchie. And there you see the Piqua bench again. And again, Coach Heath Butler. Very positive influence on his kids as they try and get back into the GWOC North race. And again, it's amazing to me how Tieran Powell is able to use his 6'8" wingspan, or 6'8" height in his wingspan to just get those shots. He's just holding the ball way out there. You'll see the replay here coming up, but it's amazing to me how well that is working right now. Back down in the post, no look pass down into the corner. 5:20 to go, and a NBA three won't even go in for Bachman. One of the rare ones that he's missed, and the ball blocked into the Piqua bench, and here's that look. Again, as he makes this move in the post, watch, the defense tries to play him. They try to go behind him, but it doesn't matter. Puts the ball way out there, and just sort of flips it back towards the rim. It's effective as long as it goes in. He's 2 for 2 on that in the last couple of minutes. His team up 24-15. This time, the big guy just takes it on the layup. Didn't need the fancy move, but he has got 8 in the half and 6 in the quarter. And the lead back up to 9. Piqua's got a lot of guys standing around in the same spot on the perimeter. Derek Gullett is not one of them. He was moving down on the screen and got the basket. Lead it back down to 9 at 26-17. They want to go in the post to the Marian Catholic Thunderbirds. Nothing really doing, so they'll work around the perimeter until they can save it, but Brandon Hurt stepped on the end line. That's 4 turnovers now for the Thunderbirds. They turn it over on average about 14 or 16 times a game. So trying to curtail that, and it'll make their head coach much, much happier at the end of the day. Piqua back on the offense, trying to lower this lead from 9 to 7 or even possibly 6. Exactly halfway through the quarter, but if you don't stop committing turnovers, you can't win a lot of ball games. That is now number 8 unofficially for Marian Catholic, or for Piqua rather. Marian Catholic has turned it over 4 times. As they see Tieran Powell go to the bench. It's been a big factor. He and Austin Ritchie pretty much took over the first quarter here in the first game of 7 today. Runner off the mark for Brandon Hurt. He'll have to get back on the defensive end, because if he doesn't, Piqua's going to be down there shooting threes by the time that he takes his next breath. And on cue, there's the 3, but running into the bench goes Sean Taylor. He had to make one of his teammates pick up the chair. 3:29 to go in the first half. 9-point lead as we come back here in a minute on SUVtv. Back inside the Trent Arena, the premier health fly into the Hoop Classic. The number 2 rated event of its kind in the entire country. Another turnover for Piqua. Ends in a fast break opportunity, and now free throws for Brandon Hurt. It'll be on Colton Bachman. The problem with that for Piqua right now. The way he has been shooting through the first half, he's not going to have 2 fouls on the other side of his name. No good on the free throw attempt for Hurt. And Brandon, a 78% free throw shooter on the year. Splits the pair, goes 3 out of 4 in the quarter. Lead the largest in a while at 10. Just a couple of minutes to go here before the end of the first half. Long bounce pass. Good job of saving it for Derek Gullett. Gullett now down to Bachman in the corner, playing pitch and catch with Brady Holbein. And a foul underneath. That'll be just the 4th in the first half on Marian Catholic. It'll be on Sean Taylor. Austin Ritchie into the game now for Sean Taylor, as Sean picks up his first foul. And inside, an offensive foul. It's a good call, though. Colton Bachman tried to use the left arm to create enough of space to get himself an opportunity to shoot the ball closer to the rim. But the big story for that is 3 fouls now here in the first half. And you would likely think that he's going to have to sit at some point, as there is a sub up at the scorer's table. 3 ball missed by Ritchie in the corner, and we go back the opposite way. Miles Howard, the 6'7" senior, called for his first. And Bachman will go to the bench, replaced by Nate Monin. So out there is Ben Schmeezing and C.J. Davis. Davis now the one with the basketball, and 2.5 minutes to go. Went left, didn't work, tried to come back to the right. Wraparound pass underneath 2 defenders to Nate Monin. The assist to C.J. Davis. He averages about 2.5 of those a game. And he's got his first here in the first half. It's 27-19. And usually a team out of the G-Walk in the early game here on Monday. Last year it was Maceo Teague that lit up the nets for one of the highest scoring performances in Flyin to the Hoop history, as he had more than 50 points. And a step on the end line forces the turnover from point guard Chase Adams. Now the basketball with Piqua. Trying to get anything going here. Piqua with 1.5 minutes before the halftime break. Impressed with how hard Austin Ritchie was working on defense underneath, as he came out on the perimeter, was just hounding the ball handlers. Thought about it. Did Monin. Now he'll take it to the basket. Shot offline, rebounded by Warren Allen. Allen outlets it up ahead. A sloppy mess for Marian Catholic. And a foul way before that free throw. Hopefully the fouls don't become an issue here in the first half. There are 5 for both teams, as C.J. Davis has number 1 added to his name. Catholic now with the ball in 1:08 minutes. Up top, and Chase Adams feeds it inside. The facilitator to Austin Ritchie. As you see the bright yellow shoes worn pretty much by everybody on Marian Catholic. A little bit confusion. It's still early on. What? So Ritchie did not get the points because they called the foul before. But it works out. Chase Adams gets his first points of the game. Slightly confusing. but still a 32-19 lead for Marian Catholic. Final 40 seconds of the first half. Second half will be much better. Everybody will have everything figured out. Good drive with the right hand. Nate Mana did a trick you saw earlier from Tieran Power. He just held the ball out to the left and put it up off the glass for two. 18 seconds to go in the first half. 11-point lead there as Ritchie will switch from one wing to the other for Chase Adams. Down underneath. You don't need anybody else if you're Brandon Hurt. Final 10 seconds, and the final second sees a miss for Piqua. This is one, though, that did not miss. Chase Adams will get it in the corner, and he will light up the scoreboard with that shot right there. 13-point game at the half here in Game 1 of Flyin to the Hoop today on SUVtv.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
The 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUVtv. Sponsored by DP&L. Stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Designs, covering everybody. Frickers, fun food and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
Sir, big show tonight.
Jed, pull over here.
Hey, man, you Jamal, right? Hey, man, take a Pepsi.
Thank you.
Put your hands up and just turn up the bass. Hey, 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 hey,
Grew up, stood up, and now I'm ready to go.
ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Jamal Lyon.
Start of the third quarter, and before we get a bunch of hate mail and a bunch of hate tweets, I incorrectly stated that the mascot for Marian Catholic is the Thunderbird because it is on some information that I was provided. I now know, and apologize for saying that, and I know they're the Spartans. They lead on the scoreboard 34-21 as you get a good look at Marian Catholic in the black jerseys. I'll start off the third quarter with the lead. They shot 13 of 25 in the first half. 11 points now in the game for Tieran Powell as he hits a pair of free throws and picks up point number 12. The lead grows to 15. 5 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half for the Spartans. 13 of 25 and 3 of 6 from 3. Piqua gets a basket back from Nate Monin. He's got points now in every quarter, 10 overall. And 3 of 10 from behind the arc in the first half for the Indians. The runner for Chase Adams, we'll see him pick up a set of free throws. C.J. Davis with foul number 2, 9 of 19 for Piqua in the first half. They turned the ball over 10 times. And now at the line, Adams hits the first of 2 free throws. He's got 4 points in the game. As you get a look there at Mike Taylor, the head coach for Marian Catholic. It's Marian with an A at the end, just in case you're scoring at home, which I don't know why you wouldn't be at 10 o'clock in the morning. 15-point lead for Marian Catholic. Now Piqua back out with the basketball right to left as they try and get just anything going here in the early part of this morning. Up top, straightaway 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net for C.J. Davis. That was what Colton Bachman, the second all-time leading scorer in school history, did in the first quarter. But could not get one to drop in the second and picked up 3 quick fouls. And it's Tieran Powell's game this morning as he's got 14 on that jumper. A couple of really nice highlights we've showed you earlier on in the game where he held the ball out and got a layup. Just so long with the ball in the right hand. And a 3 that dips in and out for Derek Gullett. Rebound, though, kept alive by Piqua as they're 8 and 5 on the year. Another 3 stoned off the front of the rim for C.J. Davis, won't go. And here come the Spartans, leading by 14. As Chase Adams turns over the basketball. 5 of those in the first half, now 7 overall. Still a 14-point lead, very subdued crowd here early on. I guess they haven't woken up yet or thawed out yet. It's 7 degrees outside and is rapidly dropping. The high is 10, so it's not a day to brag about weather-wise. Now they steal back the other way quickly, behind the back dribble, and maybe a little too much for Colton Bachman. He's able to get the bailout foul, though, from Miles Howard. Second on Miles. Now the diamond call from Piqua. So they'll set the defense after Bachman goes to the line. The 6'4" senior's first free throw is good. His first point since the first quarter. Shoots 73.1% this season from the free throw line. Missed the second. Piqua, though, able to keep it alive with a rebound. Nate Monin averages 9.2. He's second in the entire G-Walk. But another turnover for the Indians. And just as quickly out on the break, Brandon Hurt. Derek Gullett with the foul. It's actually Derek's third. So the 6' senior, 3 fouls and a pair of points. Puts Brandon Hurt at the line. And he promptly proceeds to knock it down. Nash Black into the game. He's got a pair of points. He's a 6'3" senior for Piqua. As you see Gullett walk the lonely road to give everybody a high five at the end of the bench after committing a foul. Second free throw is a miss, just the second one of those for Marian Catholic this morning. Ball movement from Piqua, but the long arms of Tieran Powell sending that shot right back. A turnover in the long part of the court is number 12 for Piqua. But they, again, comes right back to them, and a three off the mark. Ball stripped from underneath, out of the hands of the Indians. And it will put Colton Bachman back at the free throw line, where he just split 1 out of 2. Game number 2 after this one will feature a squad with just 2 juniors and 10 seniors in 22-foot academy, taking on Hilliard Bradley and Coach Brent Norris. Ball rolls in on the make for Bachman. Chris Adams, one of the top players in Illinois, the number 1 sophomore point guard in the state of Illinois. Now to the bench as Bachman. It's 3 out of 4 in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. From the free throw line, his team's lead, or deficit rather, down to 12 at 41-29. Marian Catholic with the lead and the ball. Shot from the corner is going to hit the top, so it'll be back to Piqua as they head towards the basket. I want to get it to Bachman. He had a couple of really good quick shots early on, but hasn't really had anything going on the perimeter since then. His last 2 opportunities have been him going back towards the basket to draw free throws, where he hit 3 out of 4. They'll go to him, and the fall away will end up in the front row. A lot of coaches will be here later on in the games later this afternoon. Got a lot of big games later this afternoon. You have Springboro and Mountain Mission out of Virginia. 17-6 already is Mountain Mission School. Long throw, try to get out ahead of the defense to Bachman, and he just lost the handle on it. As you see him help up Austin Ritchie. Ritchie's got 7 points in the game, and you see the bright yellow CP3s. I'm not that hip. I was informed of that. I'll just admit that right now. I say much smarter basketball people than me all the time. It's much smarter shoe people than me. But they look good. Austin Ritchie comes up with the foul. So that's 2 now on him. He's the second different player. Miles Howard is the other for Marian Catholic that's got a pair of fouls. But late in the third quarter, you wouldn't think, at least in the next couple of minutes, that would become an issue. Remains to be seen if it will or not. Brady Holbein with the ball. Sends one down into the corner. Kind of a hesitation from Schmiesing as he wanted to throw it across court to Nate Bonin, but another turnover. They're just plaguing Piqua right now. Piqua on the year turns the ball over 12 times a game. They did that 2 or 3 minutes ago. Now Marian Catholic with the basketball and a traveling violation on Tieran Powell. One of the few mistakes that he has actually made today with the basketball when he's gotten down underneath the basket. He's had 3 straight highlights in the second quarter as Ben Schmiesen goes to the Piqua bench. 3:20 to go in the first quarter, or the first part of this third quarter. Now Bachman trying to get into overdrive from the outside, and they just turned on every light in the building. It got much brighter in here, and it doesn't help out Piqua, however. Maybe they can see the rims a little better right now, but the first part of that ends up with another missed shot. And Austin Ritchie with the basket. Now the putback for Piqua is good for Nash Black. Nash has got points in both quarters. Around the top, down into the corner with 2.5 minutes to go. It's a 12-point lead. It's been that way for Marian Catholic for a little bit, and it's now 14 as Brandon Hurt puts it up and down. It makes a huge difference in here after they turn those lights on. See if it helps out Piqua in the final 10 minutes of this game. Up top, straightaway three off the shoulder. The rocket launcher for Brady Holbein. Bradley now with another jumper. He had one of those in the second quarter, and trying to return the favor is Sean Taylor. His shot finds its way off the mark, and 90 seconds coming up in the third. Still an 11-point game. Little sneaky drop down to the corner, knifing through the lane, and getting the shot to go is Nate Monin. Monin filling up the stat sheet. He has got a dozen. And the Piqua fans who are in attendance coming down 75, not that long of a trip. Obviously much longer for Marian Catholic out of the state of Illinois, out around Chicago. A 9-point lead with a minute to go, playing pitch and catch around the horn. Down into the corner, and it was Brandon Hurt. He lost the ball momentarily. A three ball off the mark for Austin Ritchie. You shouldn't be able to have that kind of range if you have that kind of size, you would think. But he has got both of those. A bucket's good for Colton Bachman. It's his first make from the field since his back-to-back threes in the first quarter. You see why right here. He is the second all-time leading scorer at Piqua High School. Just a good nose for the basket. And he got Sean Taylor to get him in the air as well. So a free throw for a normally good percentage shooter. I jinxed him. It's still 45-38 as we come up on 30 seconds to go here in the first of 7 games today. Taylor will try the left-hand shot, and as he did, he missed it, and then he got right up on the defender and committed the foul. He will now head to the bench. Didn't even really want to give anybody a high five, just wanted to sit down and take his third foul in stride. He'll likely sit for a while, as we're just 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. In that situation, if Piqua wants to play for one shot, I would think you'd want to go to Bachman, but C.J. Davis has hit a couple of good jumpers from straight away. Now it will be Bachman with a right hand. He'll draw the foul with 2.6 seconds to go. And it will be on Austin Ritchie. Austin has got 3 fouls. Bachman back to the line. Knocks down the first of 2. He is 4 of 6, all from the line in this quarter. Second one away, as true as the first. Cuts the lead to 5 as we end the third quarter. Marian Catholic 45, Piqua 40. You're watching the Premier Health Flyin to the Hoop on SUVtv. Start of the fourth quarter, it's a 5-point game after the third. At the half, it was a 13-point game in favor of Marian Catholic. They get 11 points in the third quarter, but their opponents get 19 and continue to cut into that lead. A foul straight on. Now 7 fouls against Marian Catholic. 13 and 4 on the year, again coming off of a win on Tuesday night where they went above their season average of 49.5 points a game. Bradley Holbein at the free throw line. His first make not from 3. Second one away, and it looked different than the first, but it still counts all the same. Down to 3 is the lead, 45-42. Brandon Hurt with the ball in the left hand, predominantly brings it around the top now. Trying to take off some time here is Chase Adams before he goes to the basket. On his way, it's stopped by C.J. Davis. And it's now another inbound here underneath for Marian Catholic. And add that to the impressive array of moves that the big guys for Marian Catholic have made as you get a look at the basket by Austin Ritchie. Ritchie has 2 defenders and the out-of-bounds line, and he's still able to float away and get the basket. Hits the free throw. That puts him up to 15 points in the game. And it is now back to 6 for the lead at 48-42. Ball knocked away out of the hands by Brandon Hurt of C.J. Davis. A timeout for Piqua. 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Here on SUVtv, we have a lot of big games coming up. Again, game number 2 in 22-foot Academy and Hilliard Bradley. After that, you've got the Miller Grove Wolverines taking on the Centerville Elks and Coach Brooke Cups. Centerville 7-4 this year. Mountain Mission School out of Virginia early on in the afternoon gets Springboro, who were 10-2 on the year. Dublin Jerome and Middletown in one of the late afternoon games. Pickerington Central and the API Bulldogs, who you saw last night, put up a lot of points in a hurry, and finishing up with Lima Senior and Thurgood Marshall. The entire slate of games this morning, this afternoon, and tonight here on SUVtv at Flyin to the Hoop. The lackadaisical throw again is stolen away. Here come the Spartans on the break. And a foul on Nash Black. And you see limping back to the line is Miles Howard. Officials asking him if he's all right before he goes to the line. First of 2 free throws. Good enough to get that to go in. It's actually his first point of the contest. As you get a good look at Nash Black going back to the bench. Miles Howard, a 57% free throw shooter. It's 1 out of 2. Still in the book, though. Just 5 players have scored today for Marian Catholic, but they still find themselves with a 7-point advantage. Ball will stay with Piqua after a rather lengthy and animated explanation from the official. Inbound here right in front of us from C.J. Davis. Davis gets the ball in. Takes a 3 from the corner. Ball offline. Rebound comes down to Piqua again, and they get a couple of offensive rebounds, and they stick back from Brady Hill. Colton Bachman got a good look at it as well, but could not get his shot to drop. It's a 5-point deficit now for Piqua at 49-44. Again, they went on a 19-10 run in the third. This would be, should have been out of bounds. It hit the top of the backboard. But out of sorts is Marian Catholic, and that will give Mike Taylor a timeout. 5-point lead for him with 6:12 to go here in the fourth on SUVtv.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
Back to the action as it's Spartan basketball out of the timeout. On the break, pretty easy jumper in terms of being able to get it in. And Austin Ritchie now has 3 different triples, and he's got a game-high 18 points. More importantly, his team now back up by 8, 52-44. C.J. Davis, however, says not so fast. Marian Catholic goes to Joliet Catholic on a Friday night before they take on Bishop Knoll this Saturday. So a good couple of games for the 13-4 Spartans on the season. Mike Taylor looking for career win number 206. He hit the 200 mark earlier this season. He hit it actually in the latter part of December. On the miss, the length comes into play. Quick passing, but Colton Bachman threw it right through the hands of C.J. Davis, and 3 quick passes, 2 of them went to the opposite team. Now staying with the basketball, another turnover is well into double digits, close to 20 in the game for Piqua. They still find themselves down just 6. That is how good their three-point shooting has been. But speaking of a good three-point shooting, Chase Adams averages 6 up to 8. The number 1 sophomore point guard in the state of Illinois. Now they throw inside. Now back outside for 3. He held the hand up like it was going in. It did Brady Hill, but it did not. And he finds himself back into the hands of the Spartans, who lead it by 9. Piqua with a good deal of momentum. Just 2-2 on the year in the Great Western Ohio Conference. It won't get any easier for them as they've got a handful of teams in their division, and a layup for Bradley Holbein won't go. We got Troy, Northwestern, and Trotwood Madison the next 3 games for Piqua. And also Austin Ritchie continues to hit threes, and we're back to a 12-point lead at 58-46. Ball pilfered again, another turnover for Piqua. Conservatively, I have them at 16. And the ball on the floor will force the jump ball. Possession arrow says it will stay here with Marian Catholic as Ethan Kelly comes in to get a look. Watch, the defense just kind of leaves the shooter. Everybody turns their back, and it makes it pretty easy for Chase Adams to get a good look as he knocks down that 3, or I'm sorry, Austin Ritchie to knock down that 3. Adams had the one after that. So 3-pointers in bunches here for Marian Catholic. Ooh, ball blocked. Miles Howard kind of got in the middle lane, didn't know what he wanted to do with it. Colton Bachman does. But again, that is, by my count, the 4th different layup that Piqua has left as a close miss. And if you do the math right now, they trail by 12. They could be down by just 4. They travel on Marian Catholic. So Marian Catholic giving Piqua extra opportunities, but right now the Indians just cannot cash in. 3 minutes to go. 3 ball. These are hard misses for Holbein. Another miss off the back iron, and the Indians, who struggled from 3 in the first half, went just 3 for 10, have missed 3 in a span of 22 seconds. All you need, though, is 1 to go. Marian Catholic fans wanted a travel, but it ends with a C.J. Davis missed 3. There were 6 shots in that possession, and none of them found their way inside for Piqua. In terms of overall percentage, they didn't do too bad in the first half, went 9 of 19. But you put that with the 3 of 10 they were from 3, and 3 of 10, not very good, but no, it is good. Being able to hit 27.3 or 27-foot 3 with no problem, and that's what Chase Adams can do. He's got 3 different triples. Add that to just a pair of free throws, and you get that he's got 11 points. 15-point lead. And a timeout, just that quick. Remember, this was a 4-point game not that long ago. It's now up to 15 as you get a good look at how he has done his damage. In the corner, straight up and down, nothing fancy here on SUVtv.
The 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUVtv. Sponsored by DP&L. Stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Designs, covering everybody. Frickers, fun food and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
1 minute and 42 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Game number 1 here is Piqua with a steal. 6 more after we are done here. They get the layup to go as it is the 7th point for C.J. Davis. You see C.J. right there at the free throw line. 6'2" senior, and a look inside the mind of Heath Butler. Free throw for Davis, off the front of the rim, and no good. Piqua has struggled from a 3, but not really all that much from the free throw line. That is just their 3rd miss against 7 makes. Only 3 players have shot free throws and into the middle of the lane with no problem, but the ball on the carry forces the turnover. As there's a good look at Austin Ritchie. And for some reason, the befuddled look from Chase Adams. He's trying to figure out why maybe he didn't get 1 3-pointer to go earlier on. It's about the only one that he's missed. He's done a tremendous job of running the offense. Under a minute now. It's a 13-point game. A rebound, and no. That basket is just not helping anybody out. There were a lot of shots missed on that end last night as well. 61-48. As we hit the final 49 seconds, kind of a weird ending to this game. It has spurts where it has become a really good game, but just not overall. The steal all the way to the opposite end for the score for Ethan Fennell, the 5'8" senior. 63-48, Spartans lead. Piqua trying to get to that again. Their next 3 games this week or in the next 10 days against three pretty good teams so far. There's the three up and down. Oh, they give him a two. To Gage Smith, that'll just change the final margin. 63 to 51 is the final score for Marian Catholic, who get to 13, now 14-4 on the year. With the 12-point win, they led the entire way. Piqua drops after two straight wins, now to 8-6. Game one in the books. Two coming up in about half an hour. 22-foot Academy and Hilliard Bradley on SUVtv.